Karnataka has been seeing a rise in Hindutva hate politics for almost a year now. The pattern is strikingly similar. Minorities are first targeted with hate speech, then Hindutva groups go on a rampage, often taking law into their own hands, and then this usually culminates in a policy change by the state government. But are these Hindutva projects part of plans of Karnataka government, like in the case of Uttar Pradesh and Gujarat? Sources in the BJP tell me that the Basavaraj Bommai government has had little control over how these events have unravelled. But before I further dive into the story, a quick reminder that the News Minute has been reporting on all these issues closely and consistently from the ground, as well as with perspectives and analysis. This kind of journalism takes time, resources and money, and we cannot do this without your support. Become a member of the News Minute community today and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. The BJP snatched power from the JDS Congress combined in July 2019. But it took Basavaraj Bommai to be appointed as the Chief Minister in July 2021 for the state to become yet another active lab for Hindutva experiments. There are 4 reasons why the rise of communal incidents in Karnataka has just not stopped. Unlike his predecessor B.S. Yediyurappa, people in the BJP concede that Bommai isn't and cannot be a mass leader who can help the party win the 2023 assembly elections. And this was on display in the recent by-elections where the BJP lost the Hangal seat, which is in the Chief Minister's home district of Haveri. In fact, sources admit that Bommai lacks the influence even over his own caste, the Lingayats. So as a result, BJP does not want to make caste central to its mobilization of votes anymore. What it's attempting is to create a universal Hindutva electorate where politics is about majority versus minority, painting Muslims and Christians as outsiders and constructing a perception that Hindus are under threat. Number 2, Bommai has no control over the party and its MLAs. Bommai is new to the BJP culture, like his father S.R. Bommai, who also served as Chief Minister of Karnataka. Basavaraj Bommai too started his political career in the Janata Parivar before making the shift to BJP in 2008. The consequence of Bommai being an accidental CM is that he's found it easier to be dragged along by the Hindutva groups and MLAs who are setting the agenda for governance. Compare Bommai's actions to that of Yediyurappa, his mentor and predecessor. While Bommai largely remains silent over communal incidents, Yediyurappa chose to stand up to right-wing groups after attacks on churches and women when he came to power in 2008. Whether it was the anti-conversion bill, where the Hindu organizations pressured the Karnataka government into drafting and tabling the legislation, or in the hijab row, where right-wing organizations were mobilized to protest with saffron shawls, the Bommai government has followed a reactive approach. And this, political observers say, is due to the fact that Karnataka has an invisible CM who is not containing communalism. 3. The communal incidents are an attempt to divert people's attention from issues that matter: price rise and development. Considered an accidental CM, Bommai hopes to emerge from Yediyurappa's shadows with anti-minority policies. With only his political survival in mind, and in the absence of any real vision for the state, Bommai is pushing the anti-minority agenda. 4. And finally, a weak opposition means that there is no major pushback against the communal incidents, nor any counter to the BJP government's policies. For example, when the hijab row polarized campuses across Karnataka, the Congress was conspicuously missing on the ground. The student protests were being led by the Campus Front of India, that is the CFI on one side, and the Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad or the ABVP on the other. Sources in the Congress told me that the reason that the party is not taking on these issues directly is because they fear that they will end up alienating the majority population. After fanning communal flames for over 8 months, there's now an attempt by ministers, including CM Bommai, to rein in the right-wing groups. But will the Hindu groups listen to the CM now after they've tasted success? And can Karnataka ever return at least to where it was before Bommai became CM in July 2021?